your time, and I think I know the answer, but I just want to be clear. How was it rebilled or in kind to clients?
I don't know. That was my department.
You just testified that lots of times there's people working on campaigns in the kind of the manner you were, and they don't show up on all the reports. I think that was, they don't show up on people's reports. Was that you stand by that statement?
I would say throughout the course of time, yes.
Okay.
It is not particular to one individual or one campaign.
So if I characterize that what we're talking about here is this case where people who are endorsed either by the speaker or the ORP end up getting a bunch of compensated time spent on their campaigns that in many cases never shows up on any campaign report. Wouldn't that be consistent with what you just said? Is so a lot of times there's people that are getting paid that are working.
I speak on behalf of those organizations now.
Well, did you provide any by candidate billing to anybody?
As I testified on numerous occasions, I'm not doing billing.
Okay. Did anybody ask you for an allocation of your time as to how it should be divided between candidates for which you were doing work for?
Not that I recall.
Did you ever provide any in-kind information to any candidate of what they should show as an in-kind on a report based on your compensation for working on their campaigns?
Not that I recall.
I'm just going to place an objection. I just think it's irrelevant. We've certainly gone past the parameters of Mr. Hicks's complaint, but
I think my complaint is whether the report was complete and accurate and whether expenses or in-kinds that took place were reflected or not. So I think we've just had the witness testify that she's not aware of her time being rebilled or showing on a campaign finance report, which I think is extremely relevant to the direct allegation of the campaign finance reports were not complete or accurate, specific to the activities around radio and mailers. Do you think that it's normal that there's compensated work for campaigns that never gets reported on any campaign finance reports?
That's where I think the misunderstanding was. No, I guess to answer that question directly, no.
So did you ever inquire with Megan Fitzmartin what should be reported for her?
No, I've never talked to her in that way.
Will you after this? Why not?
I don't have a reason to.
Well, isn't it a reason that she testified that she was being compensated to do work that was related to the campaign and it wasn't reported anywhere because nobody asked her? Wouldn't diligence of the treasurer say that now you should go ask her, what should I report?
My understanding is that is not how it works. Like that is not how the law is written, that we have to report every single thing that someone on a retainer for a company does for a campaign.
Sorry, Emily, that is exactly the way the law is written. What this exposes is that in Ohio politics, insider candidates get a large amount of money spent on their campaigns by consultants like Megan Fitzmartin that never show up on any campaign finance report. It is why outsider candidates that are not part of the insider system can almost never win, because the insiders have a foot on the scale for them of powerful interests that pay for consultants to support their campaign that never are reported on any campaign finance report, a practice that is enabled by the corrupt Ohio Elections Commission, who sits up there and plays dumb when they hear cases that show this again and again.